Have you seen Star Wars?
You know, I feel like the bitter old man saying this, but someone has to say this. The Book of Boba Fett completely ruined the ending to The Mandalorian Season 2, and it's shocking that Lucasfilm allowed this poor plot point to play out in a series that isn't even about The Mandalorian. So let me explain to you why I feel this way, and at the end of the video you guys can tell me if I'm right or if I'm wrong. Before we get into this topic, please leave a like on today's video if you're a Star Wars fan, and subscribe to the channel if you're new here. Chapters 5 through 7 of The Book of Boba Fett heavily featured Din Djarin the Mandalorian. In fact, 2 out of the 3 episodes didn't even have Boba Fett speak a line of dialogue. Chapter 5 and 6, no dialogue from Boba Fett. So Din Djarin kind of hijacked the story Boba was trying to tell, and we all knew that this felt like Season 2.5 of The Mandalorian. But during these 3 episodes, we see Din really miss Grogu. He really misses the kid and is looking for almost any excuse he can to see him. This attachment leads to Luke giving Grogu a choice, picking to become a Jedi and giving up all attachments, or going with the Mandalorian to become a foundling. Now, I thought this was a great premise on what we as an audience can look forward to in The Mandalorian Season 3. I was almost certain we wouldn't see Grogu's choice until Season 3. I thought it would be great if we saw it at like the end of Season 3, like the final episode or something, because the weight of this decision was so huge, it felt like we should have sat and waited with it on some anticipation for like a large payoff with a reunion in Grogu and Din, or Din learning possibly that Grogu actually picked to be a Jedi and is devastated by it. I mean, how powerful of a scene and an emotion would that be? But in Chapter 7, we see that Grogu picked Din, and that they're reunited on the back of this carriage with an old lady screaming while being chased by droids in what is shot like a comedy movie. I mean, there was no emotion in this scene. It was cute, sure, but when I saw Din give Grogu to Luke, you could feel this deep sadness take over. We spent 2 seasons of these 2 characters becoming so close, and we never really knew if they would ever see each other again. I mean, that's kind of what happens with Grogu's age, is like, will he ever even see Din, or will he even remember him if he doesn't see him for another 50 or 100 years, because Din will be dead? Grogu was going to become a Jedi and become something larger than Mando's sidekick that the Empire is just hunting 24/7. And it was a very bittersweet moment to see these 2 part from each other. But it was also exciting in a way. We began to wonder if Season 3 would have Grogu in it at all, because if Din is dealing with Mandalore and likely taking the mantle with the Darksaber, there was clearly 2 story routes that seemed pretty easy to follow for Season 3 and just the future of the Mandoverse in general, and that is Din going to Mandalore and he unites the Mandalorians, and Grogu trains with Luke in the meantime and becomes a Jedi. But for some reason, all that mystery, the intrigue, and wonder was washed away on the back of a carriage on the sands of Tatooine in a show about Boba Fett. It's absolutely jarring to me how different the quality of story is between Book of Boba Fett and The Mandalorian. I mean, they're both written by Jon Favreau, who I really thought would keep Grogu away for a couple years, so when he returns, it's kind of a huge deal, you know? But when Jon has these 2 reunite, I was frankly disappointed in him. It felt like the easiest and lazy route to go with these 2 characters. Everyone misses Grogu, right? I mean, so let's just bring him back in the Book of Boba. And so when the audiences are watching The Mandalorian Season 3, if they skipped Book of Boba, they'll be so confused that they'll just have to watch the Book of Boba Fett. It's going to be great for viewership, right? But even Boba Fett's show didn't even build up to this reunion to give it any satisfactory payoff. The first 4 episodes were all about Boba and his backstory, and then the last 3 were about Grogu and Din reuniting. It's such a drastic shift in tone narratively that the whiplash brought me back to fucking 2005, where the only green guy we cared about was Yoda. It's decisions like this that make me scared for the future of Star Wars storytelling, and it's mainly a refusal to take any risk at all. And you know what, I'm going to say that again, because I think it needs to be clear that this genuinely upsets me. Lucasfilm refuses to take any story risk now, and I think that's an awful precedent to set for the future of the franchise. The riskiest thing they've done is create the Mandalorian series, and once they realized that they had a hit with Grogu and Din Djarin, it seemed like they avoided almost any future risk and loss of merchandise sales, so they were like, let's reunite them as soon as we possibly could so people remember why they love the Mandalorian, which is Baby Yoda. And I absolutely fundamentally disagree with the choice of these two reuniting so soon with absolutely no emotion. If I could talk to Jon Favreau, and I love Jon Favreau, I think now if I only had one question to ask him, it would simply be, why? Why did you have these two reunite so soon when it felt like there was no emotional payoff to this? And it makes me kind of scared on what the future of the Mandalorian story is going to be. But then again, Jon Favreau has delivered on every single season so far when it comes to The Mandalorian. Maybe the Book of Boba Fett was just a hiccup, but it was a pretty massive hiccup that may have not so great implications for the future of the story. But tell me your thoughts in the comment section below. What did you think about Din and Grogu reuniting in the Book of Boba Fett? Does it ruin the finale for Season 2, or does it not really bother you at all? Leave your thoughts in the comment section below. Thank you guys for watching. Leave a like on today's video to help me beat the evil YouTube algorithm, and follow me on Instagram and Twitter, and subscribe for more content like this. Links are in the description below. Check out Chatooine Show. We do that every Wednesday night. Follow the official YouTube channel as well as all the social media accounts. Thank you guys for watching. I'll see you all next time, and may the Force be with you always.